Good evening, everybody. Just popped in to say hello and to see if anybody wanted to join on the chat. It's always have some place to go, you know. Hey, Mike, how's it going? And I'm just getting everything set up here. And the message, okay. So, just wondering what everybody's doing, how everybody's doing. Paul Hodges is joining me.
Hey,
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
I don't know. It did feel a little tough tonight for some reason.
Really?
Well, I was late getting my pills down me. I forgot about it about 1 o'clock, and if I don't take them, then it kind of knocks the crap out of me.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I don't know, just a little tough tonight.
Well, that's too bad. Rob had a good crowd on his channel this afternoon.
Yeah, Stella's on right now, but
Yeah.
she's just getting ready. She's getting ready to get off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting ready on New Year's Eve morning at 6 o'clock. I think they're going live, and they're going to go 24 hours.
That's what you're saying. I think that'd be quite a feat to go 24 hours.
Well, I don't think they can, but I could be wrong. The last people that tried the long endurance stuff, the streams dropped after about 6 or 8 hours, and you had to restart them again, and then they dropped.
Oh,
you had to restart
okay.
them. Yeah, so maybe that's changed. I don't know anybody that's doing long-term streams right now, but
Yeah. Yeah, so you got the old camera back up at Port Huron, eh?
oh, do they?
Yeah, but the link I got, it's I have to redo the link. So
Really?
yeah, they got the camera back up, Port Huron.
Go over and see if I can't see it.
Even Mike says, yeah, that they got the ship camera going again. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So that means I can take this over here. We can go look at Stream Time Live Port Huron Cam.
Yeah.
For as long as the light's good.
Yeah, yeah, for long, yeah. Still good for a little bit, yeah.
But still, the camera works excellent, but it's the problem is that
Well, I see most of the snow melted already there. Huh.
yes.
Well, I figured they'd have to wait till the place opened or something, or could have been a power issue or something, tripped a breaker.
Or the technicians, the people that own Stream Time Live live all over the Middle West, like
Yep.
Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee.
What, you got to go inside already? I just fed you. Usually good for a couple minutes. No, hang on.
Okay, let's go to YouTube. Yeah, it's taking a long time to load over there.
Yeah. Taking a long time. Mine loaded up right away.
Well, it's an old computer over here that I run
Oh.
I run the
Mhm.
monitor back here on, and
Hey, Justin.
hey, Justin. I got too much loaded on the computer. It's binding up.
Oh, getting a take can't have that much if that's all you're running, just that one program.
Well, I tried to load the Wise Cam program on it today.
Oh, okay.
It loaded and loaded and loaded and loaded. And it
Uh.
doesn't have that much memory on this computer.
Right back.
So what program are you putting on the computer, Paul?
I was putting on my monitor computer, which is an old HP.
What do I get?
I tried to put my Wise cameras on there,
Oh, okay.
and so it kind of overloaded it. But the port hearing cam is up and running, so that's what I was loading on here.
Yeah, it's probably not compatible if it's that old of a laptop.
Oh, it's not a laptop. It's one of those all-in-ones that it's an HP, and it probably doesn't have any kind of horsepower to it at all.
Is it Windows 7?
Vista, I think.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, they don't even support that anymore. It hasn't been supported in like 2 or 3 years. That's
Team
probably
Benz,
what it
no,
is.
I didn't see your comment. I just got it posted, and then I was firing this up. So, but I will check it out. Oh, good. Mike's got his notification that his drone is going to be returned, and they gave him a tracking number. Good for you.
What happened? Which?
Uh,
Oh, didn't he wreck his drone? Or
Yeah, Mike Rennick. Yep.
yeah, it was the Mini 2, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember him telling me about that.
I'm going to go back over here and see what my channel, manage my videos. And let's see. Okay. Mike said, nice snowy day, Air 2S Army out. And Team Benzer said, did you know there is a CSL ocean going vessel called the Right Honorable Paul E. Martin?
Right Honorable Paul.
Yes, I did know they had an ocean going one. I think it's a father and son that were chairman of the board. One was president, one was chairman of the board. One of them, I think, is retired now.
That's actually Paul's boat. He just flies in every day to do his live streams.
Yeah. Hey, Lenny's here. She
Hey,
says
Lynn.
hi to Paul.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Len, how you doing?
Oh, she said hi to you and I too, Justin, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was Highline. Sorry, I'm looking at backgrounds on this app.
oh, okay. All right.
Backgrounds to download. I
Yeah, it's
downloaded the
getting dark
wallpaper.
pretty fast, Paul, but you know what? The camera is up and running. I don't think anybody is operating it. I think it's just set in that position.
Yeah, I don't think it's moved from earlier, to tell you the truth, but
Oh,
yeah.
until an operator signs on. But one of the problems they had with it before this happened is that the auto didn't work.
Oh, yeah.
Stopped working where it did the pans and stuff, you know.
Yeah, it's starting to get dark quick though, isn't it?
Oh, well, and it's so cloudy, you know.
Yep.
The ship video I did this afternoon was, I mean, it was a ship video, but it was
Yeah.
cloudy,
Yeah.
dark. But people look forward to them.
Oh, yeah. They do. They look forward to them.
Yeah, Lynn just had a hunker down day today.
Yeah, that's what I've been kind of doing. Well, when I left this morning, I went over and seen a friend of mine. He needed a hand to put 2 sheets of drywall up higher, and
Yeah.
they're like 12-foot sheets, so it's
Yeah.
too hard for him to do it on his own. But I haven't seen him in a month and a half. We've been texting back and forth the odd time, but I haven't seen him in a month and a half. And his wife's not good either. And anyway, so we had quite a little talk today. So
Oh, good.
yeah.
That's good. Dave Ennis popped in earlier today.
Yeah. Well, I've seen you guys are over at Rob Welch's there for a little
Yep.
bit today. Yeah.
Yep. Well, Lynn called me up and chewed me out. Justin was over there, but I didn't realize that he was there. So I was just coming back from flying that ship, and
Yeah.
but it was a dark ship, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, I'm probably more critical than I should be, Paul,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it just wasn't up to standards. But I put it up anyway because, here it is, the end of December. So
Yep. Yeah, it's almost there, isn't it? It's the 27th today.
yep.
Just think we're almost into the new year already. I think I just got used to putting down 2021. Now I got to go 2022.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, I just feel a little. I just called down to Valley View where Bonnie is. They're gonna tell her I'm not coming tonight, so because she'd probably be looking for me. Oh.
Well, here's the ship, Paul.
Okay.
It was
Yeah, that was kind of a crappy background, isn't it?
foggy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hazy.
hazy and yeah. Oh, it's a Martin though, Paul Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? 1280 by 10.
Quite the trucks were lined up over top of the bridge there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're lined up all the time.
Yeah.
You can hardly see out into the lake.
What if I could use this to beat the dog with? Yep, that works. She thinks I'm playing with her now.
Was that Gracie?
Yeah,
She's a playful one, isn't she?
yeah,
Yeah, you can see the trucks are lined up on the bridge coming into the US.
yeah. They were really lined up going in. Holy crap! Almost all the way across.
Well, they are lined up all the way across. They've got 2 lanes for trucks up there and 1 for cars.
Yeah. What you got, Vader? Huh? You got a squeaky toy.
Lynn says one of the locks up at the Sioux is already drained and the Army Corps of Engineers are working on the winter maintenance on it.
Holy crap! Already? Wow. Did you ever see that video that Mike Rowe did? You know, Dirty Jobs, where he was up there at the Sioux locks when they were shut down and clean them in the middle of winter.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, Dirty Jobs. Yeah.
He's not asleep. He's up on the computer.
Who's that? Wasn't my end.
No, that was Justin's daughter, I think.
Oh, that was
that's my
Justin.
daughter.
Okay, I just wondered who the heck was yelling.
Mommy.
Murphy lock. Oh, okay. Hey, Bob Glazier. Robert. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, the Murphy lock is closed. Lynn must have saw it, Paul, because she said it was great.
Where are you at? Guess I don't have that one. Okay. Just sorry guys, I'm just adding more wallpapers.
It's okay.
Add images. And we got. I'm just downloading these like HP and
Yeah,
AMD
see,
ones.
yeah, right here, the Sioux Locks technician. This is Mike that goes to Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan to help maintain the Sioux Locks that are allowed ships to pass between Lake Superior and Lake Huron. Locks are busy in summer, so Mike has to work on them in the winter when it's cold, wet, icy, and dirty, but especially cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody hit that like button if you would, please.
Yeah.
Hey, Thomas, how you doing? Welcome, welcome.
Thomas Jordan. What's up, Robert? Lynn? Team
Oh, look at the
Dancer?
fog. Look at the fog rolling in, Paul.
Oh, jeepers, yeah.
Mike, what's that?
What is that, cold air or something there?
Must be moist air.
Oh, it says here, fog patches in evening becoming mainly clear with cloudy periods overnight. Huh. Gracie, leave him alone. No.
Let's see how cold is it supposed to be tonight? Low of 58.
Yeah, see, it's above freezing here. It's 36 degrees. So there's a lot of moisture in the air after the snow on the ground.
Yeah, see, it's like in the low or high 50s, low 60s at nighttime, but it goes right up to the 80s during the day.
Keep Gracie running. Hey, Paul, there's a question in the chat. Maybe you have an answer. You're on mute too, Paul.
Okay, what questions? How's Roger doing?
Yeah.
Well, I think he was on this morning, but he's just doing those private Zoom things. I've seen the link there, but I never went on it. I was on. I think I went, said hi to him. I think it was yesterday or day before. I went over and said hi to him for a few minutes.
I think his operations, everything on hold. He's just waiting to hear.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. See, especially now with this COVID crap, that
Yeah.
it might get put on hold because any elective surgery has been canceled, I think.
Yeah.
So. Oh, they got the camera moving there now, Paul. Oh, there you go. You see it. You got it.
Is that the
It was-
camera or the ship moving?
No,
Oh,
that's
that's-
because the
That's
building.
a casino across the river.
Oh, okay. It looked like a ship moving in the water.
Somebody's got it zoomed in. Yeah, it does.
Well,
look
it's hard to.
looks like
It's hard to.
Yeah, because
yeah,
the background doesn't seem to be moving as fast as the ship.
So, are you trying to just do one computer just to run your cameras, or what? Just so you could have it on a
No, I
separate
have
thing,
it
or?
on all of mine. I can go do the wise cams, but
Okay.
that one is the one that runs this. I wanted to have the wise cams on so I could bring up the squirrels or whatever, but
I can't help it, Lynn.
oh, Lenny.
You're super bright, Paul.
Yeah, it's because this is so dark. The camera's now panned down there. So how I can change that is I just stop the camera.
Now, is that super pixelated on your TV, or is it just me that sees it like that?
No, I see it too.
It's
Okay.
pixelated because of the dark images,
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I was just not seeing it good or what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, the fog is rolling in so fast that you can see it was just,
Yeah, it looked really blown out, like it was having trouble focusing.
yeah. So now I should be back to some kind of a semblance because I've got some bright background.
Oh yeah, you look fine now. What's up, Flying Mustang?
Oh,
Hi, Stan, how you doing?
hey, flying with Dan. Good evening. Yeah. Yeah, I was expected Ontario to make an announcement today, but about closing schools or keeping them open or whatever, but nothing.
Yeah, they're kind of leaving you hang, aren't they?
Well, like the other ones have already canceled them ahead of time and everything else, like you don't want to wait until the very end and say, oh, no, we're not doing it or whatever, because people need to arrange for the kids to be looked after,
Yeah,
right?
I don't think it's fair to the parents if it's
No,
even on the table.
Yeah. Oh, looking on a couple of different websites, CTV, and then I'll go to CBC. That's usually
I'll be back in just 2 seconds.
Okay, Jim.
yeah.
Dancer.
Oh, my buddy there, I went to see him today. They're helping the drywall there. Him and his wife at 8:15 this morning got their booster shots. I don't see anything at all. Huh. I even checked the Thames Valley District School Board website earlier and had nothing on there for. They're probably shut down for the holidays, anyways.
Right.
So.
The
Now Israel is saying we need a fourth COVID-19 vaccine dose.
well, that's I don't see that changing in the foreseeable future. It's going to be series of shots after shots after
Two
shots.
shots, yeah.
Because I've never heard of anything mutating as fast as this is.
Mm.
And I think it was designed to do exactly what it's doing now.
Yeah. But it seems like, they get one variant sort of under control, then it breaks out to another one.
Yep.
It just.
Yep, it just is hopping around.
Oh, just, I don't know. Wow. Well, I can't see anything here where it says anything about schools, so. I can't see if there's anything there, but
You'll always be the last to know, right?
yep. Well, I got a few people too that, wow, one of our bus drivers still has one kid in school. I think the last year, but anyways,
Really?
they, so if anything happens within the Thames Valley District School Board, they let her know, right? Not because she's a bus driver, but because she's a parent. So. Did you hear that?
No, what was
Hey,
it?
oh crap! She's a stupid dog to run through here chasing each other.
Yeah, I thought somebody was breaking into your house for a second.
Yeah.
Holy crap, man! You guys settle down. Oh well, at least they're playing.
Yeah, they got a lot, this time of year, they get a lot of pent up energy.
Yeah.
That's what happens when Paul gets stuck in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robert Glazer saying we have some crappy weather, rain, which we needed it, and maybe snow tonight and Wednesday. It will never end. Agree with Paul. Yeah. Just seems to get rid of one and get another one.
Yep, that's exactly right.
But at least this last one, they said, well, it's more transmissible, but it's weaker. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing or what.
Oh, Jesus. Stupid camera. There we go.
So what camera are you using? Just the one on the laptop?
Yeah, but I gotta get a new one because the one that I have is, I think it's got a short somewhere in the wire.
Oh,
So if you barely touch it, it shuts off.
yeah, I've got a thing, a hard drive reader, and it does a whole bunch of stuff, SD cards, all that kind of stuff. That thing is so sensitive, just move it and it won't pick it up or you lose
Connection.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, connection all the time. If I can hear dink dong, going in, going out, going, just drives me nuts. So I'm not using just unplug it,
Well, this
what's
one
going-
wasn't very inexpensive. It was a very cheap camera. I only paid like $25 for it. But they have, I want to get a good Logitech one because they make
Yeah.
really good cameras. But
Well,
they're
that's
about
what I'm
60,
running.
70.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I got is a Logitech one.
I think it's the C90. That's like the $79 one.
Yeah, I think mine's a C 920 or something. I think it is.
Yeah, those are all really good ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never had any problems with the camera itself. No.
And like I said, it just seems like no matter how good a laptop is, those cameras suck in those things.
Yeah.
They're horrible. You think that they could take an iPhone or a Samsung type camera and actually put it on a damn laptop, give you a
Yeah.
decent camera.
Yeah. Yeah, Len, you're right there. Yeah, every time new one comes out, they never mention the old one. It's that fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that smells so good. I think I'm gonna start watching some videos on that job tonight because there's tons of YouTube videos about it. So
Oh, is there?
yeah, I'm gonna start watching some.
Yeah, my camera's the C920. Yeah.
Let me look up on my. I don't have my phone on me. Let me pull. I want to pull the Amazon app on the computer up real quick because I think that might have been the same one I was looking at.
Yeah.
Let's see, webcams. Yep, that was the one, the C920.
Yeah, the C920. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at. It's $76, and then the other one I was looking at was where's it at? I can't find it. And then they do have the Logitech 304K, which is 149, but I don't really see the point in doing that only because none of the streaming services offer that higher resolution anyway.
No.
Granted, it probably would still give you a really good picture just because it's a higher end camera, but
Yeah.
and then they have the Logitech C922, which I'm assuming is probably the upgraded one of yours.
No problem.
one-
Yeah.
That one's the $94.
Yeah, I paid around $100, I think, for this one. Canadian.
Right. That would have been right around that. Yeah, that's about right for the price they're charging here.
Yeah.
Paul, did your sister buy one of those ovens?
No. She's already got one. She's got her own. I like to have it, she said, but no.
Ooh, this one's a $200.
Yeah.
The Elgato face cam,
Oh yeah.
1080, 60 frames a second, $200. Ooh. I don't
I
know
thought
what that.
about-
Okay.
I thought about getting a microphone or something like you got, just get rid of the headphones, but I think you'd pick up my dogs every time they even turned around and barked.
Well, they have settings too in the Zoom app that you can it helps with background noise like that.
Oh yeah.
But you still have to have the headphones because you don't want to. Your mic can't pick up your computer. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
I
here
think you
comes-
can set it up.
Hey, Marcel.
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's up, Marcel?
Yeah.
Okay, so the one you have does 1080 at 30 frames a second.
Yeah. I mean, for what I'm doing this here, that's all I need. So what's the weather like in good old Vancouver there?
Haha, beautiful.
Yeah.
If you like snow.
Yeah. If you like snow.
Well, Marcel, do you snowboard?
Oh yeah, definitely. I just
Wow.
like it on the mountains, not on the streets.
Yeah. Well, I lived on Vancouver Island. They always said, can always go to the mountains if you want snow or the higher elevations, right? You know, so
I would never think Canadians were into winter sports.
Really, eh? Strange.
Yeah.
They invented hockey. What are you talking?
Tell that to the northern states.
Yeah.
You guys have pretty good competition with them, don't you?
No.
Because
They don't compete with us.
don't your hockey teams play with the U.S. hockey teams?
And
Of course.
yeah,
Of course.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know because I don't really watch hockey, but
well, and the thing of it is what's kind of humorous, Marcel knows this too. I'd say 85% of the professional hockey players are Canadians.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it who they're playing for, but they're Canadian.
Yeah.
Well, here's a quick little video of me flying today.
Oh,
Just
okay, cool.
Very, very, very quick little video. And how cold it is out there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at the snow. Look at the snow.
is this right outside your house or something?
Yeah, so it's like -9 today.
-9. Whoa, that's cold for Vancouver.
Yeah, it's definitely groundbreaking record type
Yeah.
stuff. We haven't had this much snow for this long.
Well, I heard
years.
that it was going to be really cold there. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the West Coast. Unnormally cold.
I could imagine it's. Oh, go ahead, Paul.
How long does the cold and snow last in Vancouver?
Usually like a couple days, like max like about a week. And
Okay.
like that's not even snow. That's just cold temperatures.
That's because of the Pacific air you guys get, right?
Yeah.
And I gotta imagine it's probably really hard to fly if you're sitting there like shivering cold, huh?
That's kind of why the drone's shaking a bit too, I think.
Good.
Because
Hey, what are you
honestly,
doing
no
putting me
matter
out in this cold shit?
honestly, no matter how long you've lived in that, your body's never gonna truly get
Totally used to it.
comfortable being in that cold of weather.
Yeah.
Just like down here, no matter how many summers you go through in Florida, they don't get any easier.
All right.
Right.
Hey, there you go.
Nice little
There you
crotch
go.
shot there at the end.
I used to work over at the airport there in Sydney, you know, Victoria. If people get off the airplane, hey, look, they got plastic flowers though. No, they're not. They're real.
They're just
nice-
plastic now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I just
don't
set up
think-
that quad, so I hopefully was going to get it flying today, and I got it flying, so I'm happy.
Well, that's good. You got out today, anyways, eh?
Yeah, just for a quick pack.
Yeah. Guess who wants outside again?
JD is just on his way back home from flying the river.
Right on.
Yeah, I could imagine trying to fly in the cold weather like that because it only takes about a minute or two before you're going to start shivering. So you don't get much time to really sit out there and be comfortable.
I've
Thank God.
never been one for flying out of inside a car, you know, with the heater on.
Mm.
So I have a stool and I set it out there and I have a nice big heavy coat and gloves on and stuff. But the truck is always running, so I have a place to go back to in the cold.
Right.
I've flown from the car one time and it was so hot that day. It was just so miserable. But I was like in a church parking lot and there was nothing but big open fields behind. There was nothing there. So I sat in the car with the air conditioner on, flew around for about 5-10 minutes and then came back in.
Right.
Landed right on top of the car.
Did you notice any signal degradation?
When I got a little bit over about a half a mile, yeah. But it's actually not that bad when you're in a car. It's especially for what you do. You're not going very far. It wouldn't probably affect your signal at all. You might lose 1 bar, if that. Plus, I've done follow me mode quite a few times where the controller was in the car with me. with my daughter, and we did it, and it didn't lose signal at all.
Yeah.
But that OcuSync's pretty strong too, though.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
Because even the Air 2's only got OcuSync too, but it's still pretty damn good. That's what made me so mad when they came out with the Mini 3 and the Air 2 is I think both of those should have been equipped with OcuSync 3. Because how new they were, they should. I mean, I don't see the point of DJI ever going back on the signal strength on any of their new drones. They
Yeah.
should all be standard 3.0, 3.0.
Mhm.
I don't understand why they can't. Because I could imagine it's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not the same exact chipset that runs that. It's just a firmware that tells it whether it can be 2.0, 3.0.
See, JD there, he's just on his way back home from joining a river.
Yep.
Yeah, it seems like he's been having fun with that Mini too. But you know, I've seen a lot of FPV guys like that are heavily into FPV. It seems like a lot of them like the Mini 2 as their like one little GPS drone that they have. I've actually seen a lot of FPV guys
Well,
with
it
that.
is, the Mini 2 is a great little flyer. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few FPV guys that are hardcore into FPV and don't really fly GPS, but it seems like a lot of them have gone out and got Mini 2s just to have that one
Right.
GPS drone.
Worth having.
Right, exactly. Well, let's face it, it's going to get you the longer range than probably. I don't know. Could you make an FPV drone get as long of a range as a Mini 2 or like an Air 2S?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
they have
Oh, yeah.
remote transmitters that sit on tripods, right?
Well, what I'm saying is, are they as good though as that OcuSync 2 and 3 though? Is what I'm asking.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
could you get 2-3 miles?
Yeah,
you
people
really
are doing
wanted to?
15 kilometers
Yeah, they're
with
doing
some of these
15
FPV
kilometers.
drones.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't realize that they had it for that.
Yeah.
I figured you might be able to get like a half a mile or so. Because how far did you go when you did that one really cool video where you went up the hill? Was that about a mile?
No, well, I don't know what the exact thing is, but it was 3 kilometers.
Okay.
Oh,
I would imagine an FPV, the big question you have is battery, right?
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
definitely. Definitely. You're telling me.
Because they don't
You
have
must have seen my last video.
they don't have FPV that go 30 minutes, do you?
They do, but it's a different style of battery, and they use like those 18650 batteries to make
Yeah.
a pack.
Do they rip as fast though because
Oh, the weight?
they have longer range? Because I'm assuming you're not going to do 2-3 miles at 100 miles an hour, right?
No, of course not. Yeah, yeah. It's all depending on the drone and the setup. But yeah, it can be done.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
I have not heard from Ron. I invited him tonight, but
from who?
I think Ron is back at work now, isn't he?
Ron Lockwood?
Yeah.
Oh, not sure.
No, I think he was taking a few weeks off altogether, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though, but I thought he said he was taking like 2 or 3 weeks off because he hadn't had any time off in like the past 6 months or something. He's been working nonstop. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not sure. Because I think his whole hunting season and all that stuff, I think, was over for a little while.
Oh, yeah, because he used to do guiding and he'd get paid, and that's all over with now.
That's some good money too. Apparently, from what I've heard, he gets tipped pretty good by some of those guys because they give tips.
Yep.
And that
Yeah, you get some like rich doctor coming out of Chicago wanting to hunt.
Yeah, with his nephew or his son or whoever. Yep, yep.
There's
Those
a
are like
picture
the
here. Picture of Lynn here parking her motorhome. Yeah.
Now that's funny. Not funny for the person that owns it, but that's funny.
let's wait for that snappy comment into
Yeah,
Must
the
be-
comment section. I'm waiting
That
for
must
it.
have been a European photo or something, because I don't think we have any overpasses that low.
no, it was
Nope.
had Chinese writing on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen that one overpass though that has a famous YouTube channel here in the US? And they have like thousands of videos of this one railroad crossing bridge, and just U-Haul after RV have smashed into this bridge, and they have a 24/7 camera on it, and they've caught thousands of wrecks under this bridge, and nobody's done anything about it, but they have a whole YouTube channel around it.
Wow.
And the guy owns the business on the corner right there, and he has a camera on his business, and he's caught so many wrecks because nobody pays attention to the height restriction. And it's a railroad. It's for trains to go across.
Well, you know, the average, unless you're a commercial driver, the average person doesn't really pay attention. Like if you go rent a U-Haul, you don't know how high that U-Haul is.
Right back.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's technically you should before you leave, but most people don't. Yeah, you're right. And most people aren't going to check that. I want to see if I can find that channel, and I'll put the link in there for you to.
Well, we
'Cause
got
there's
a bridge
like-
in we got a bridge in London here. It's famous for catching every truckers. And it's got warning signs, flashing lights, and everything else. Nobody should keep driving.
Well, the ones that crack me up are the guys with the tandem, where they have the tandem like gravel haulers, and they put them up in the air to dump them, and they don't put them down. They run into the overpasses.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they call it the 11-foot 8 bridge. Hold on, I have his channel here. At least this is all the videos. It might be somebody that's copied all his videos and re-uploaded them, but let's see here. Where is the link for it?
Robert Glazer says he's watched it, Justin. He says it's crazy funny.
Yeah, it is. It's insane. The amount, like I said, and you would think the city would like dig the road out under it and make it lower, you know what I'm saying, for the amount of crashes they've had just because of that reason, but they've done nothing to fix it. They don't do anything. And the bridge doesn't budge because, like I said, it's one of those big heavy duty steel bridges that locomotives go across. So it's like really well built. I can't find where to pull the link up for this channel. Where's it at? Oh, let me grab my phone real quick.
So, Paul, what kind of clearance does the school buses have?
Well, I think they put on them 13 feet. So
Okay. Have you ever had any questionable where you're driving and you say that looks low?
no, not here, but Chicago's really bad for low bridges, eh?
Oh, really?
Oh, it's terrible. Like you better have a trucker's map where you can drive through Chicago and where you can't. I one time had to go to a place called the Solo Cup Company and pick up a load, and I drove around blocks trying to figure out how to get into the place because everything was too low of a bridge for me. So anyways, I called the company and I said to them, look, I said, I can't find my way in here because I said, everything's a low bridge. He said, you have an air ride, right? Because that's what I requested. I said, yeah. Well, you have to drop the air out of the airbags on the truck and the trailer. You put your four ways on, you just have enough room to climb in underneath. Once you get through, you can put your airbags back up. Yeah, just to get into this one factory. Had to lower the airbags and put four ways on and drive through like 1 mile an hour.
No kidding.
Yeah, I put the link for the actual. I found the actual channel. But you got to watch some of those videos later, Paul. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's like
Chicago's-
even. Oh, go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, I said
Everything
Chicago's
here?
famous for low bridges for what? Oh, yeah. But we got one over here. It's called Talbot Street in London. And you just come around the corner. There's not even, you can hardly get the truck straightened out and bang, you're into a bridge. So what they did, they put up 2 poles and a great big I-beam across just before the bridge. So now they hit that first now instead of the bridge. Because see, once they hit the bridge, they can't let trains go by until it's not been inspected, right?
Well, see, that's
So-
what I think they should do with that one that channel I posted. You know, if the city was just to come in and dig it out some and
Yeah.
lower the road underneath it,
Yeah.
because obviously you can't lift the bridge up because it's railroad tracks,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
but you could dig it out and lower it by like 4 or 5 feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where they go down underneath it and then come back up, but they've never fixed it. And there's, like I said, there's thousands of videos of U-Hauls, RVs, 18-wheelers, and it was just like Newfound said, man, it just strips the top of the trucks right off.
Oh, yeah. Did you ever see? I don't know if you ever paid attention to train cars, okay? Especially the car carriers, but there's some big box cars too. They're painted up so high, then there's about a 1 foot strip that's painted white across the front and across the back of the train cars. I don't know if you ever seen them before.
No, I haven't.
Okay, but that's an extra height train car. So it can only go on certain tracks. It can't because of bridges. See, some of the bridges can't go underneath because it's over height. Like there's 2 tunnels over this way, one in Sarnia and the other one in Windsor. But the extra tall ones can't go Windsor because they get stuck in there. So they have to go through Sarnia.
Huh.
Oh, they did learn? I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, they put that new bridge underneath the river
Yeah.
and here at Port Huron. The old one, the old tunnel underneath. They put the new tunnel in. The old tunnel didn't have the same clearance or the width or whatever for the double stacked cars, you know?
I remember when back, I think it was like 97 during the Northridge quake in California. I want to say it was. That was the one that was in like 97 or 98. I
Yeah.
remember my dad had to go out and help when the trains got knocked off the tracks because of the earthquake. And you know what they were doing? They were taking these train cars full of product. And because it was so expensive keeping the rails shut down, the train rails, they were just digging holes on the side of the tracks and just burying the cars full of their product
Wow.
Wow.
because it was too expensive to try to save the stuff than it was just to bury it and get rid of it. They had backhoes out there just digging it up, just dropping full train cars full of stuff on the ground.
Crazy.
Because I want to say it was like $1 million every few minutes or something to keep the tracks shut down.
See how this is here? It's got extra white. It's extra height on the rail car.
Yep.
It's an excess height rail car, right? So Yeah.
Well, what that is in there are double stacked cars.
Yep.
And
Yep.
trucks.
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah, I
they're-
just
they're-
see those all the time.
well, they're okay. So if I go here, I'll bring this up. Okay, where is it? This is just a model, okay, but I'll show you. But anyway, it's right here. See that the white on the front up here?
Yeah.
at their extra heights. Okay, so you have to, yeah, they can only go certain routes, eh? So
Was that like a little model?
that's just a model, yeah, yeah. Yeah. But see, you always tell by that white at the front and the back of it, it's extra heights, right?
So that tells the engineers or the load masters what,
Yeah.
so they
Yep.
don't have to go out and measure anything.
So they can look at that car and go, okay, that one can't go down on this route or whatever. It has to go a different way or whatever. But I know like there's a difference between the Windsor Tunnel and the Sarnia Tunnel. Sarnia Tunnel can handle the extra heights ones, but Windsor can't.
So did you get your R2D2 sent out, Marcel?
Yep, he picked it up just a minute ago there. That's where I was.
Oh, okay.
Why? What'd you do? What'd you do? Sell it?
Well,
Yeah, I sold it to the Bucketheads production.
Oh,
Yeah, props guy bought it from him.
And I actually got a contact that I might be able to print in more stuff, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah, that'd be good for you, right?
Mhm.
What you printing behind you?
I am printing a 17-inch tall Mandalorian figure.
Oh, nice. I need to catch up on that. I started. I got about I think through the first season and I stopped watching it.
Oh yeah, no, that's awesome. I love all
See-
that Star Wars stuff.
yeah. See there, Justin, the excess height car right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's the way they're set up. Yeah, extra heights. Yeah.
Now,
Hey,
is that
learn
just
something new
Canada
today.
wide or is that American wide too? Do they do that just in Canada or is that like in America?
No,
as
that's
well?
all. That's North American.
North American wide.
Yep.
Well, your rails and like Mexico's rails in the US are all pretty much the same kind of
Yeah.
standard, right? Because
Yeah, oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
trains have to go across the borders and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when you got trains going from country to country, you gotta have to have the same
Yeah. Well, but
type of
there's,
standards
like,
and all that.
the older stuff, and there's some tourist trains right now run what they call narrow gauge. Yeah, it's like the rails are a lot closer together than the original 4.5 foot standard. I think it is. They're like 3.5 feet or something, or 3 feet.
What are they on a streaming service, Marcel?
I think just YouTube, bro.
Just YouTube? They stream to YouTube, like all their
believe so.
episodes.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Yeah. Lynn said the big motorhomes and fifth wheels get their AC unit stripped off. Yeah.
Check it out here in a little bit. Spaceballs. There's a classic.
Lynn was asking anybody heard from Ron, but he posted a picture on Facebook, a bunch of eagles that are eating on an elk carcass there just yesterday, I think it was.
Well, he was on Mel's channel last night for a little bit, and but he couldn't really show anybody anything because that storm was coming in and you couldn't really see a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I know he was going back home today. He said he was staying till Monday and then heading back today.
Daddy.
Okay, cool.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, dude?
What's up, JD?
how's it going?
Hey, JD, you're home.
Hey, you're welcome. You're back home.
Yep.
Hey, Justin,
Yeah,
can you see this here?
yeah.
Okay, see the low bridge?
Oh, I see it. I see a pink.
Oh, see how the lights?
Just
And
keep
that's
going,
like-
bro. Just keep going, bro. Just keep going, bro.
You got
Well,
it.
that's the thing is those trains, once they're going, they can't stop like that. They'll peel
That's-
off about 30 cars before that thing stops.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, actually, there was where the heck was it? It was on this one here. I'll see if I can find it here. They went to the other side of the bridge.
Hey, Lynn.
It's just a little scratch. It can be buffed out. Keep going.
They yeah, right here is there's a car that was in there.
Holy crap.
no big deal.
Yeah. Look at it.
Brand new cars just
Brand new cars. Yeah.
wasted.
They wanted convertibles. I told you.
Look at them. Look at them all here.
Oh, my.
Beautiful.
You know that rail company was paying out some buku's insurance
Well,
right
the
there.
insurance, yeah.
Yeah.
Just depends upon if they're self-insured or not,
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure the car manufacturers probably buy like some kind of insurance through the rail companies for that.
Yeah.
They're
Hey,
getting paid
drone
regardless.
shots.
What's up, Jody?
Hey, John Shots.
Hey,
Robert.
drone shots is in the house.
Who else is in there? Well, weather went a little bit chillier today. It's about 40, I think. So a little
Just
bit
a
chilly
bit
up there.
chilly,
but
eh?
Not too bad.
Yeah, this one's for Lenny. Yeah. Watch this.
That train driver engineer guy, you gotta be planning. You cannot mess with those bridges.
Quick way to remove your AC unit.
Now you see it, now you don't.
Right.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really something, Lynn, that where they come out of that tunnel there. They're up there full bore because they got a big hill to come up out of. You ever seen that, Paul?
No.
The tunnel there, Sarnia?
Oh, the Sarnia tunnel. Yep. Comes up a
Well,
big
they
hill. We got the same thing over here, Paul.
As soon as they come out of it, they got to go right up. Oh, that thing is just a heck of a steep climb. They're just full bore coming out of there. You got to hear the engine revving up. Lynn goes up. Yep, that's it. Damn. Woof, there goes your AC.
Well, it's like the people that drove the U-Hauls under there, man. It just peeled the whole top of it right off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
they think
hope
they're
you-
driving a pickup truck.
And say you better hope they paid that $2 in extra insurance.
Yeah.
Saw a guy pulling a U-Haul trailer once, and one of the back tires had blown out, so he was going on rims and sparks. I mean, red sparks are shooting out everywhere, like it's almost on fire. And there's like 2 or 3 of us, kind of passing him and pointing back. And he got off the highway, and I was like, okay, I guess he gets back on the ramp to go back the other way. Like, what? So I don't
Like
know.
that's
like, screw
complete
it.
just not paying attention. Like that's somebody that never looks in their mirrors behind them.
Exactly. Yeah, there's no way you couldn't have seen that. There was huge sparks flying out.
And so I don't see how people don't notice crap like that when they're driving. That was just like that one video of the guy that was dragging the car down the damn road.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
hooked
Seen that
onto
one.
his 18-wheel trailer, and he's just driving down the road. But the car's sticking halfway out in the other lane. Like if he
How
would have
could
looked
you
at
not
his,
feel that driving down the road with a truck?
that's what I'm saying. He was just pulling his car along, and the people are people are passing him, and you see the people in the car just, oh my god, like they're about to die, like they're freaking out.
There's a good one of a lady in a minivan with a motorcycle in the front of her car, just cruising on the highway. Like she hit the motorcycle and it wedged into her, just kept going.
There's no way she didn't feel that. That's just
She,
she was
it must have been a
probably
road rage thing on that one.
she was probably running from the scene of the accident is what it was. So I'll take the whole accident with me. You just
Oh no.
There's no accident if there's no evidence.
right. Took the dude's bike and everything. That's like the people that like accidentally hit somebody and then they run. It's like, you know, if you would have just stopped, you wouldn't have been in trouble. But now that you
Yeah.
ran, now it's
Nowadays, there's
manslaughter.
cameras everywhere, so
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's an accident, it's an accident. You're not going to get in trouble. But if you run, then all of a sudden that becomes manslaughter,
yep.
or you know, deadly with the vehicle, whatever they want to term it as. But yeah, it's going to get a lot worse when they catch you. It's like the people that try to run from accident scenes and there's 20 people around with them with the camera filming them and their license plate. It's like, where are you going to go? Like, they already know who you are. They got 20 different angles of you and your license plate.
Not to mention the tracking that's all over your freaking car and everything.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's no reason to run at that point. You might as well just stop and wait.
They're lazy and edible. That's all they're doing.
I mean, and JD's right. There's just cameras everywhere these days. I mean, you're stupid to do anything like that.
Everybody's got a camera.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sometimes more than one.
I've seen people with, you know, full on security systems on their cars where they got 2 or 3 cameras constantly recording around their vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Sounds like an American thing.
well, I mean, also look in Russia, you know, in Russia, it's
Yeah.
a law. You have
True.
to have that's why they catch so much cool shit in Russia.
I was gonna say that
because
must be why there's so much of it on YouTube.
they have to have cameras in their cars. It's a law. They have to. Everybody does.
Started looking at those dash cams, but they're kind of pricey still.
You can get
When it
really
comes-
cheap ones.
Yeah, but from my personal experience with dash cams, out of the 4 or 5 I've had, it's definitely you're going to get what you pay for.
Mm-hmm.
If you want one that's reliable with good video that's going to work properly, you're going to need to spend some money. Because I've bought a couple of cheap ones off Amazon and they were horrible. I had nothing but issues with them.
Yeah, look at that incline coming out of the tunnel. That's just humongous there, that out one there. But this is where it comes. Where is it? Okay, right about here. The train comes out of there, out of the tunnel. This comes under the river. This is the old bridge, the old tunnel. You don't use it anymore because it's not high enough. But yeah, but they're just pouring the coal coming up through there when they come out of that.
That's like, have you ever seen the trains that go down the Cajon Pass in San Bernardino in California?
Uh,
Oh my God, man, that is such a steep grade. Because they have to like wind down through the mountains. And there's one of the, what was that movie a couple of years ago with what's his name in it? It was about the runaway train though.
oh yeah, yep, I know which one.
It had the black actor. I just can't think of his damn name at the moment.
Talking about Speed 2.
No, not Speed 2.
Or
Oh, what the hell is his name? He was in
Wesley Snipes.
no, it wasn't Wesley Snipes. It was he was in Training Day.
I
Denzel.
saw that train movie.
I think it was Denzel Washington.
Yeah,
Train Day is not a
Denzel.
bad
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, it was.
Train.
Yeah, it was Denzel.
Yeah, that actually took, I think that was about that area, the Cajon Pass in San Bernardino. Because they actually, I watched a thing not too long ago that there was a neighborhood that 2 separate times, like within I think a 10-year period, had 2 runaway trains wreck in their neighborhood and completely wipe out half the neighborhood. Because like these houses, I kid you not, their back door was like 10 feet from the damn tracks.
Steven Seagal.
And so when these cars came off the tracks, dude, they just like a thing just wiped out the houses.
Oh, that's a Leslie Nielsen movie. What's that
Leslie
movie called?
Nielsen.
Yeah, what's that movie called? Top Gun? No, not Top. What's that movie he made?
Top
like
Gun.
it's a spoof movie. It's a spoof movie. It's like Top something or something silly. Leslie Nielsen.
We're not talking about Hot Shots, are you?
No.
Is Unstoppable the train movie?
Yeah, Unstoppable. I think that was the one that was based on a true story.
The Unstoppable. Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah, it was. That was a really good movie.
I think the movie I'm thinking about with Leslie Nielsen is like Naked Gun. He did like the Naked Gun 2.5 and all that.
He did
stuff.
Airplane.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
in Naked Gun, I think he's like running away from the train as like the fugitive movie, and he's like running away, and the train's like jibbing through the bush and stuff into the trees. You're like, what the hell? Train's not even on the tracks anymore.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, his last spoof movie he did, I want to say was Scary Movie 2 or 3 before he passed away, because I think he passed away in the mid 2000s. Or
2010.
late. Oh, yeah. I was going to say mid or late 2000s. I remember he passed away.
Mhm.
Says it was based on the Crazy Eights unmanned train incident in 2001 in Ohio.
Okay, so that's not the movie I'm thinking of then. But that was a good movie, though.
Said the real story, the train's tank cars had thousands of gallons of molten phenol. Don't know what that is.
Oh, it's not even. It's Wrongfully Accused. That movie was amazing. There's like a whole like train scene where he's like running away from it. Post the link in the chat.
And he's just dipping through bushes and stuff.
Yeah, it's super funny. That movie was amazing. Still is amazing.
I've heard of that movie. I just don't remember if I've seen it.
He's like kind of like joking around, making fun of like The Fugitive.
Oh, was that the clip that you posted?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go
I want to
watch
watch
that.
Training Day now.
He's like trying to escape the bus and the train's coming. He throws Buddy out the window.
Training Day was such a good movie.
Yeah.
You know what else was a good movie was Citizen. I was the one with damn it,
Citizen Kane. That's pretty old school.
I just can't fucking think of any of these movies at the moment.
Yeah, and about like a minute into the clip there, it shows the train like coming off the tracks and like running after him.
Oh, Law Abiding Citizen. That was a good movie.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a good one.
Somehow I got on Leslie Nielsen talk show clips on YouTube one day, and he was really funny, like
Yeah.
just naturally funny.
Yeah, he's super silly.
Well, he did a lot of movies with the director, the one that did Blazing Saddles.
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he did quite a few Mel Brooks movies too. Mel Brooks was, dude, his movies were hilarious.
Yeah.
He had Spaceballs and friggin' what was it, Young Frankenstein?
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah.
Robin Hood Men in Tights was one of my favorites.
I think my favorite of all his movies was Blazing Saddles.
Classic.
That movie was hilarious.
Yeah, it's classic.
When he put the damn toll booth up in the middle of the desert, they just rode around it and they just sit there all. It's like somebody's got to go back to town and get a shitload of dimes.
Yeah. Spoof movies were always my favorite though. Silly and fun.
Well, they have to be good to a certain extent because there's been a lot of crappy ones, but they have to have the right chemistry to be a good spoof movie. Because I've seen some that were really, really cheesy.
Yeah.
Like even Scary Movie, you know, the first couple of them are really funny, but then they got kind of really cheesy at the more they did of them.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Tropic
remember.
Thunder was awesome.
Oh yeah. Tropic Thunder. That was the one with Ben
Tropic
Stiller.
Thunder. Oh man, I love that. Yeah, we saw that in the theater, and then I've seen it I don't know how many times since.
I remember when they were trying to get frickin' Robert Downey Jr. for that damn plain blackface in it. I was like, really? Come on.
Yeah,
They were trying to complain about that. I was like, oh my God.
dude playing another dude.
Hey,
I'll tell
Paul,
you.
just looking at the UAV forecast here. Looks good for a few days.
Nice.
Huh?
Guys are lucky.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday's looking good. Even tomorrow afternoon's not bad. It starts dropping off. Got a little bit of moisture tomorrow, but that's it for 3 days.
I just watched the news and they said it was going to be rain snow mix for the next 5 days.
I don't know. Huh?
Wow. Well, it's reported that The Man with Two Brains from 1983 with Steve Martin is a really good movie. I've never even heard of it.
I've heard of it, but I never saw it.
Yeah, I've never heard of that either.
And The Jerk is still got to be the best.
Yeah.
Of his movies.
Yeah, totally.
That's like one of my favorite. I'd probably say my favorite Western is Tombstone. That's such
Oh,
a
yeah.
good movie. I watch it every time it's on TV.
Yep. I just watched it not too long ago. Val Kilmer's best movie, in my opinion, too.
I know, and I feel so bad for him because he looks like such crap now ever
Yeah,
since he
he-
had to.
Hey, Hobby Howie, how you doing?
Hey, Hobby Howie.
Because he had
Yeah,
what?
he
Didn't he have a
answered.
stroke?
He had some kind of a cancer or throat, something that he was trying to treat naturally and not use any kind of modern medicines or something. He was going to all kinds of weird shaman people and stuff. And
Hobby
He's a-
Howie was asking you, Marcel, if you've got a long range drone yet.
I'm trying to rub it in there, are you? Ever
Maybe
find
Val
it?
Kilmer's
Did you ever
daughter
find it?
plays
No,
hockey
I
for
haven't
him.
found it. Wednesday, my friend goes to find it. Hobby Howie, maybe.
Now, is where the lake is it frozen over or what?
No. It's not even a lake. It's a river. It's fast moving. It's called the Fraser River.
ooh,
So,
Oh, the Fraser. Yeah.
but it's like it's a section kind of off of the Fraser River. So it's like because of the flooding that we had, there's now like another part like through the field, through the swampy area where there wasn't a river, but now there is. It's kind of like you know how they connect.
Kind of like an
Like maybe
offshoot
it's a
of it that
little-
comes
yeah,
around.
whatever they call it. Yeah. So now, so it's not super deep, is what I'm saying, and not very fast moving. It's kind of just like flooded area, more or less. There is a little bit of river there, but it's mostly for like canoes and stuff. If you look at any like past footage of that area, it's all like very skinny, narrow waterway. But when I flew, it was pretty much, you know, way more flooded.
So what exactly happened though? Like, what did you?
Battery
Did you just-
and cold. So the battery didn't last as long as it usually did. And because of the different temperatures, that's what caused it and all that kind of stuff. I wasn't really paying attention.
So it
to
just
that
dropped out of the
footage.
air, did it?
Yeah, more or less. Slowly. Didn't really drop out of the air, just slowly dropped out of the air. I couldn't recover it at all. Couldn't even get it to turn around, let alone get it to stop or whatever. It was kind of in its momentum.
Oh wow!
so what do you have to guide you? Like, do you have any GPS coordinates, or how do you?
Yeah, it's fully GPS and everything like that. And there's like a fail safe that I hit the switch and it automatically takes you home. And instead of like taking the switch off, which I should have did, I could have maybe put it on the ground or something, but it's what it is. You learn you live.
So what will he use to try and find a metal detector or something? Or
Metal, like just like a stick with a magnet or like rope with a magnet on
Okay.
it and just kind of scour the area and should be kind of noticeable. Like I said, it's probably only like 20, 30 feet down, if that. and like it's all pink. Like the entire drone is all pink, so
Uh-huh.
it's not like it's not going to be
Is the
invisible.
water clear there or is it murky?
Yeah, it's super clear.
Oh, okay.
I would say yes. I'll tell you why. All these mutations.
That's just unfortunately part of the game.
Yep.
Because everybody's gonna. It don't matter if you fly FPV or you fly GPS, and at some point you're gonna lose one. Whether it's a flyaway or you crash it or whatever.
I had a rough start today. I guess it wasn't finding signal or something, and it
Satellites.
started doing its own thing over the water, and it hit a tree.
Oh no.
Luckily, it recovered itself, and then I just I tried to just hover there until it got a grip. Finally got it back out of there and moved away from that area. So I don't know if it was just the time of day or if that area, there was some bridges and stuff. I don't know if that,
Some kind of connection problem. Yeah.
But it's a Mini too, right?
yeah.
I don't really. That sounds more like a lost GPS for a second there.
Yeah,
Like it went
was-
into ADDI mode or something.
It said it was at the max altitude and I was like barely up.
Because even if you lose full signal with your controller, that drone should still be solid in the air and not move.
It was,
Like,
yeah,
and it should return to home automatically.
it kept drifting. That's where it went into the tree. I was like, crap, I'm not even doing that.
That sounds like like your GPS lock got disturbed somehow, and it went into ADDI mode until it locked back onto the satellites. That's what it sounds like to me. Because if you take off without any satellite connection, you go to ADDI mode, the drone's going to want to go all over the place like an FPV drone. Like you'd have to sit there and constantly adjust the sticks. But like I said, even if you lose connection with your phone or even the controller, it shouldn't just start going haywire like that.
It wasn't like super crazy, but it like was it's doing a slow drift. I was like, am I still hitting the control? And I was completely let off.
It's weird. But sometimes those drones just do weird shit like that, though, that you can't really explain. Because there's sometimes, like, Jim will show you when he looks up his, like, flight history for his Matrice. And, you know, the Matrices are expensive drones, 10, 15 grand for some of those. And he'll go through his flight records and it will say, lost GPS connection, lost this connection. But the whole time he's flying, he's not getting any of those alerts on his controller. So sometimes shit's going on with your drone and it's not telling you that it's doing anything. So, I mean, it just happens. Sometimes you can't explain it. So.
Yeah, it sucked because I was trying to get it was a creek that ran into the river. So I was going to try to start where these bridges were and go through that and then up the creek into the river. But I didn't want to mess with that spot anymore once I got it out of there.
Yeah. There was a spot like that here in the city of Vancouver here, well, North Shore, I guess, where it's there's a really nice waterfall and the view would be amazing with the drone. And when I first had the Spark, when that came out, I flew that spot with it. And the same kind of issue happened where it was like having problems finding the satellites, but it would still fly in the ADDI mode or whatever. And flew it to a certain point up in the air to get it out of where I was because I was more in the channel. As soon as it got up, it had satellites, no problem. So I went to go forward with it and then down a bit. And as soon as it lost satellites again, it was like slowly just drifting to the right. Ended up right side of the rocks on the waterfall, like 20 feet maybe from the waterfall itself, but it was still getting like the spray from the waterfall.
Oh, no.
Couldn't get to it for like a day and a half. We went back the one morning, early in the morning, and ended up having like climbing harnesses and everything to get down to it. And the next day turned it on and it flew fine.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
See, that's why I think that with yours, it was definitely, I think it was some kind of GPS thing.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
'Cause like I said, those
knowing your area to fly and like not fly in those kind of areas is definitely key. Like you want to fly like an FPV drone there because you don't have to worry about it taking control.
Now, have you gone in and set your settings to like if you lose connection, your drone will come back to you, and you set your height limits and all that?
Not
On my
yet.
FPV or him?
I haven't.
No, I'm asking him. What you need to do, JD, is you need to go in, make sure that you have if you lose connection, you're going to have an option in there for when you lose connection. You can have return to home, land, or hover. Do return to home, and then make sure your return to home is set at like 160, 180 feet, just to be on the safe side. That
I
way,
meant to do
if
that
you,
because somebody was talking about that one day and I never went in and did it after that. I forgot.
because if it's say, because sometimes, you know, these settings will be auto set to a certain thing. And if you don't go in there and look at them, it might be set to land, and all of a sudden you lose connection over water, and your drone decides, I'm going to go down and land in the water. And that way, if you do lose connection, you don't really need to panic. Just kind of sit there.
Yeah.
Wait a minute or so. Eventually your drone's going to go up. It's going to turn
Well, you
around,
need-
come back to you.
You
And
need
then
to
you'll,
you need to check those every time you do an update too.
yes, especially when you
Because
do
it
updates.
resets them back to the factory.
I've seen it say a couple times that it was updating the return to home location or something. Like,
Return to home. Yeah.
how do I make sure it's done that each, like, is that something I need to check each time to make sure it knows where to come home to?
Well, when you
Or
turn it
is it
on,
auto?
when you
It
turn
should
it on,
auto.
Yeah, it should go.
but when you turn it on, when you first turn it on, don't take off right away. Wait until it tells you home point is marked.
Okay.
And then you'll know too, like your little GPS icon, once it goes into white, then you're good. But if it's showing red or yellow, just wait to take off.
That's probably what I've been doing, is taking off too soon.
But
So let it
sometimes,
connect, and do that stuff, but then
Could be.
once, and sometimes the drones are, you know, they'll take 30 seconds and they can connect to 10, 11 satellites. And then sometimes they'll take a minute. It just depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
So you always want to look at that icon and just wait till it goes white, even if it takes, 45, 50 seconds. Just wait. Because like I said, if you take off too early, some of the drones will go into what they call ADDI mode, and then it will start flying without GPS. And then that's when your thing's
I
going to
bet that's
start
what it
going.
did, because I took off pretty quick.
That's
So I was
what
on
it
a
is.
walking path and I didn't want to be like in the middle of everything.
Yeah, you gotta let it warm up, as they say, or whatever. Same with my long range drones with GPS connected. You have to wait till you get a certain amount of satellites before you can even arm it.
And it's not a set amount of time. It depends upon what's going on. There's
Right.
times when I'll get home point lock right away. Other times it'll sit there for a minute or two before it reports back that the home point is locked.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, with the Air 2, the Air 2S, and the Mini 2, it has to connect to 9 satellites before it goes white. Am I right, Paul?
Yep.
I think it's 9 satellites, but it will go up to, like, sometimes you'll have 14 to 18 satellites.
Yep.
But it doesn't want you to take off until you get to at least 9.
It's giving you a warning. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the same with my FPV long range 9. You can adjust it, you can change it depending on where you're flying. But we have a lot more open source in our kind of drones in the FPV world, but same idea though.
And go in and play with your like gimbal settings and stuff too. Like when you pan your gimbal, does it go really fast?
Yeah.
Okay, go into your gimbal settings, set your pitch smoothness to about 8 to 10.
Okay.
And then when you go down, it's just going to be nice and buttery smooth.
Okay.
And then you can also set in each one of your cine mode, your normal mode, and your sports mode. You can set those settings individually for each one. And you can also set how fast your drone turns, how fast it can, you know what I'm saying? You can set all
Okay.
that stuff. That way, if you're doing these nice dramatic shots, you don't want your drone just going whoa real quick. You want it to turn nice and slow and your gimbal to go nice and slow. So go in there and set all that stuff before you go out flying again, and you'll notice a huge difference.
All right.
And just look up on YouTube. There's tons of videos that show you how to do that stuff, just so you know you're doing it right and everything. Because like I can tell you,
They'll walk you through. You can do it
Right.
while you're watching them.
right?
Now,
Because
does
I
the
don't
drone,
want. Do
does
I?
the drone have to be on when you're doing all that, or is it just the controller and the
Yes, you got to have both on.
everything on?
Yeah. So what you should do is just go ahead and charge up a battery. Find a YouTube video that explains it. 51 drones does really, or not 51. What is it? Valley drones.
Yeah.
He
Drone
does.
Valley. Drone
Yeah,
Valley.
Drone Valley.
Drone.
He does really good videos that show you how to set all the settings and everything. Just find a video, watch it, see what they're showing you, and then throw a battery in there and just do everything right in the house. You know what I'm saying? Don't take off or nothing, but Just go through
Yep.
the settings as they're showing you.
Yep.
Because like I can tell you, but then you go in there later and like get confused about what
Yep.
to do.
They say on the Mavic 3, the new update, where you have to do all those changes and settings and stuff. You don't even have to turn it on. All you have to do is just yell at it.
Matter of fact, while we're on here talking, I'll see if I can find you a good video. I'll put it in the link in the chat and you can go back and watch it later. Because you definitely want to have all that stuff set before you go out. Because if you don't set your return to home and it's set at 20 feet,
That was one I really wanted to remember to do because somebody, like I said, somebody mentioned it that day. I was like, oh crap, I need to make sure that,
Yeah.
like they were talking about, make sure it's above the trees, so it doesn't
Yeah.
just come blasting through a bunch of trees.
Have you tried to return to home yet?
It started doing it when the battery was low. One of the first
Oh,
times
okay.
I was out, and I canceled it because it was going way high, and
Oh
I
yeah.
was freaking out because I wasn't sure how much battery was left.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to get it back.
I remember doing a return to home on my, I think it was the Mini at the time. I think it was the Mavic Mini I had at the time. I did the return to home and I kind of did it by accident and didn't really know how to get out of it. And I saw it take off, go up in the air, and then just like piece off over to where I took off from. And I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. I thought I lost it, right? Me and my buddy were walking back to the car. We're like, oh, it's sitting exactly where I left off. That's amazing. We had no idea.
Yeah, the funny thing is, yeah, if you take off one location, walk over to another place, it's gonna go land back where you originally took off from. But well, you can, I don't know if you can change it on those ones, but the Phantom, I think you can have it so it follows you. Like, you know, it'll follow where the controller is the return to home point. I don't know if you can do that with the other ones. Because that works good if you're on a boat because you're drifting around or something. You don't want landing, 200 feet over there because your boat drifted 200 feet. It'll actually follow the controller. So
That'd be sweet.
Yep.
I think it was actually with a Spark. I just looked at some of the footage. Yeah, it was a Spark. That was a while back.
And the Spark was DJI.
Yeah, it was one of the first, like, I would say, like, what was it? It was almost under 250 grams at that time, before like the regulations were even around. It was good too. You could like smack that thing around and it would still be fine. I like ran into a fence once using it in FPV mode / sport mode, or whatever they called it. And like smacked into a fence going too wide around, spinning it around and stuff, and just hit the fence and hit the ground. I think I went through like 3 or 4 sets of props with it, but like never broke a motor, never broke an arm.
It looks
all
pretty
that stuff.
sturdy.
Yeah, they're heavy duty. Yeah. Unfortunately, they don't have any parts or like any batteries anymore. You have to like find them through other sources. But it's a
I'd
good
say-
trip.
hey, Justin, are you close to Miami?
no, I'm about 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, okay.
All right, JD, that video that I hold on, Paul, and I'll the video I posted, that's like for the best y'all and gimbal settings. So just save that video and watch it later. All right, what were you saying, Paul? Sorry.
Oh, I just kind of wondering. I'm watching a live feed from the Miami airport. That's all. Planes coming and taking off and landing and stuff. So I kind of watch it a bit.
Yeah, I want to
But
say
it's different to watch it at nighttime instead of daytime, right?
I want to say I'm about 4 or 5 hours from Miami,
Okay.
roughly.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm just waiting to see. They got a big A380 coming in about 10 minutes. So coming in from England, from Heathrow. So
I'm gonna show you guys. This is where last summer, the Rockin' the Rivers is 4 weeks solid, every Thursday night for 4 weeks during the summertime. This is the beginning of where I lost control of the Mini 2. I ended up recovering it and it came back, but
But the funny thing is nobody seems to be looking at you or even see it or nothing, eh?
No, not really, eh?
Yeah.
Maybe those two people there. No, look at the kid.
see, I've lost control of it. It's just hovering.
Oh wow. What'd you have to do? Just like walk a little closer or
I
something? or-
turned everything off, turned everything back on again.
Oh wow.
Then finally, when I turned it on the second time, the controller and everything, and I hit the return to home button and it went up to 200 and 300 feet, came back and came down. But you know, they're so quiet. Like, see that? I didn't do that.
Oh, you didn't even do the zoom part?
Nope.
Weird. You must have had it left on zoom, and then when it rebooted the controller, it
Could
Yeah.
have.
kind of like pushed it back to its normal.
And it stayed there for the longest time. And I'm over here.
On
Yeah.
the parking lot, yeah.
Yep. And it's going back and forth. And then I'm trying to recover it. I'm over the water.
Wow.
And then let me
Oh
see.
man.
It's spinning around and all kinds of stuff. Oh, I'll let it play itself. It just does that.
What the
And I'm not doing that.
Huh?
Then it takes out over the water.
Oh no. I'd be pooping.
Yep.
Oh, there goes another one.
Oh man.
And it hovers there for a little while.
Weird.
Then this is where it goes up on its own, spins around. There's where I am right there.
That must have been when you just turned on the radio. It must have connected and then you hit the home thing
Yeah.
when it
And
spun around to you.
what I think is happening, it did a return to home and it elevated, right?
Mhm.
And I think, okay,
Whatever your settings is.
I didn't do that.
No, no kidding.
Pilot air.
It's hovering.
You just hold the controller upside down.
Pretty sad when you're sitting there watching it. You can't do anything with it.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah, look at there. I that's not me.
Huh. That's
Now
crazy.
it goes up even higher.
Wow.
I think it wants to do return to home because I launched from here.
But can't figure it out, eh?
Look how high it's going though.
Yeah. It's
And
getting
which
some great
drone is
footage
this?
for you.
That was with the Mini 2
Oh wow.
this
Holy
last
great
summer. Like
footage.
it was like the 3rd week of August.
Remember this.
Then I
Remember
flew
this
it the 4th week of August. Didn't never had an issue down there.
Oh, what's up,
Good
Dave? I
evening.
didn't see you popped in.
Hey, Dave.
See there? It panned again.
Boy, it was really confused.
Yep.
I think Paul was just looking at the girls at the festival.
Yeah.
His thumbs were going all over the place.
Now here it's heading for Canada.
Yeah, I bet.
He's heading for Canada. Get back here.
Sending back to the distributor's warehouse.
And I was not in control at that point.
I think I see Paul Hodges over there with the controller.
Right?
Yeah, I was over there fucking around with him. Yeah.
OcuSync's working really good, he says.
Wow. It's got to be frustrating though, sitting there like that, going, "What the hell am I doing wrong?" You know?
Yep.
That's all you can do is just sit there and try to remain calm and figure it out.
So it
Yeah.
finally did come back, though, right, Paul?
Yes, it did.
Must have been picking up some kind of interference someplace, or what?
And it was scary.
Man,
Oh,
I mean, it could be so many different things. It could be software issues. It could
Well,
have been
it could be
interference.
that there was somebody else down there with the drone and I was getting interference.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Could
Well,
be.
you had that problem with that other drone.
Yep,
Almost hit the ship.
yep, hit the back of the ship because there was another guy with a drone down there and I had interference between his DJI and my DJI.
Well, there's only what 14 channels on
Yep.
the OcuSync.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's very possible you could cross. It's I don't think it's super common because I've seen tons of meetups where DJI drones. There's multiple flying, no problem. But
Yep.
I think it's just one of those rare occurrences. It does happen. Though.
Never had that issue and I haven't had it since.
I thought all that DJI stuff just automatically picked the channel to be between people and stuff like that if there's other in the area.
It's
Well,
supposed to.
Yeah, I think what it is just one of those unforeseeable glitches that just
And the
happens to
thing of it,
happen.
I was
Wow.
panicking, so I was turning off the controller, restarting the controller. So when I turned it off, maybe another controller took control of it.
Mhm.
And then when I turned it on, then I
Yep.
got it back, you know?
Ben's got some fun facts about that incident too.
Yeah. And a wet spot period on Paul's pants. And he did use some profanity. Yeah, no doubt.
So
Later,
wet
too.
spot,
Any.
I would have too.
putting all your dirt out there, Paul.
Yeah.
Telling all your secrets.
I mean, because honestly, I don't know. It's hard to tell if that was just rapid movement from the drone or if that was actually somebody controlling it. Like it's because it's hard to tell whether that was somebody doing that or if
Yeah,
it was
you
the
don't
drone.
know, you don't know who was in control. Was the drone in control? Was it from me trying to
Yeah.
get control? Did I send mixed signals or, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, super strange.
Skynet.
Skynet
There
was in
you go.
control.
But you said it zoomed in once and you didn't do that, right?
Yep,
The
See,
words
that's what-
terminate Canada came up on the screen. He had no idea what to do.
it did a quick zoom out.
Yeah.
Well,
I
see,
like
that's the
what
thing.
Lynn's been saying.
Yeah. We were saying that, yeah.
If it was just drone movements, I would have to say it's something the drone's doing. But if there's like camera movements going on and stuff,
Yeah,
that may have been. I'm more inclined to say it was somebody else was controlling your drone.
yeah.
They were probably having the same issue, and it could have
I
been
think
somebody
we-
across the border. And
Yeah,
you
it could have
guys-
been somebody in Canada, could have been somebody at the other side of the concert, you know? Could have been anything.
True.
This the A380 coming in? No, it doesn't look like it. I don't think so.
all right, I'm gonna jump off, Paul.
Okay, Justin, hey, thanks for coming in, buddy.
Take
No
care,
problem.
Justin.
I'll
See
see
you,
you guys
Justin.
all later.
And Dave Venus is here.
No.
Hey, Dave.
How are you?
No.
Good, Dave. How are you doing?
I've been sleeping.
Well, that's good. You must need it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a good nap, Dave. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Are you live or turned off?
No, we're still live.
Oh, that's good.
Why? What did you want to talk about?
Oh, nothing. I just wondered. I didn't know.
Yeah, we're still live. As
Live
long
and kicking.
well, and I don't know if you can see it up in the top left corner. It should say live on your screen.
No.
Okay,
No,
'cause you're
it
on a,
should say
it's on a
that.
phone.
Yeah.
So Dave, are you going to go over and visit Stella on her 24-hour live stream starting at 6 a.m. on
Wow.
Friday?
Probably sometime, but
Oh, it's New Year's Eve. I forgot.
New Year's Eve.
It's
Yep.
like, why is she doing that?
6 a.m. New Year's Eve until 6 a.m. New Year's Day.
Oh, party hard.
Is Ron going to be there? Because he would be at the bar, wouldn't he?
Well, Ron,
New Year's Eve? Oh, shit.
I don't know. Ron is supposed to be there. This is all they're trying to push her into more watch time and
Oh, I don't know why. Wow, they're trying to make money off of YouTube and stuff.
Silliness.
You know, that everybody's got, you know, they want to make money, and I get it, but that's not why I'm here, and that's not why you're here, Paul or Dave or
Oh, quite the last thing I was.
JD.
Exactly.
Yep.
I
Exactly.
wouldn't
Like
mind
I-
making a little bit something, but
Yeah, I don't even worry about my subscriber account. I just,
they've
yeah,
made it pretty hard now.
yeah,
I got high subscribers. That's only because of my ship videos.
yeah, yeah.
You know, I have no visions of millions of people come here to see us. You know,
Yeah.
It's not just that you have ship videos, it's you're consistent with your channel.
yeah.
That's the
This
thing. Yeah.
is huge.
Yeah, I'm putting up ship videos left and right, you know.
Yeah.
Well, and also special event videos around town,
Right.
Yeah.
because I do get people that comment on those, like the Rock in the Rivers or the auto show or
Mhm.
different events like fireworks and those kinds of things, or the boat night, that kind of thing. People from all around the world that used to live here and don't live here anymore, and they thank me because they, you know, they miss Port Huron.
There was a Halloween parade that you did once that popped up on my thing that I took a look at once. That was pretty good.
Yep, yep. I used to do the different parades and different things, and I still do them, but with COVID and everything, I haven't been doing them as religiously as, you know, special events, local special events as I could have or should have. I've been mostly focusing and concentrating on ship videos. But 4th of July, I did the fireworks, you know. And that turned out to be a pretty good video too.
Yeah, that was awesome video.
Yep.
I watched that a couple times. Don't want to be paid for my contact. Don't care for it. I want to be on a ship happy.
Yep. Lenny, yep, agrees. Yeah, Lynn went down with me, and she was babysitting with Mia while we were flying the fireworks. And I happened to get a place. Well, what's nice is, this is a little secret I'll pass on to you guys. My car is a retired command car, police car with the spotlight and everything over here. And so when I go park it someplace, everybody thinks I'm cops.
Right. Yeah, true.
So I can park in no parking zones and whatever,
Yeah.
and the cops just drive by and wave, you know?
That's hilarious.
Mayor of Port Huron.
Yeah, Lynn says that I have slowed down. Used to drone a bunch more stuff than I do now.
How we all do. Time
Well,
of the year or two.
my knees aren't what they used to be in my back, and so now when I'm flying down the ships down there, I have a wooden stool, really nice one, that I take out of the back of the truck, set it in front of the truck, and then take off and fly, and I sit on the stool.
Perfect.
Yeah, whatever works, whatever gets you out there.
That's
I have a nice comfy camping chair that I take with me every time.
Yep.
You gotta be comfortable when you're flying, especially when you're doing stuff like you're flying for like 20, 30 minutes sometimes. It's like, you know, staying there all day would be even pain in the butt. Even for a young guy like me.
But it's like we talked this morning, there's times when one time, not too long ago, getting old, you get a little absent-minded. I had, the drone was not in the case, and I shut the case and went out to go fly, and I got there to set up, and there was no drone in the case.
It's probably
rough.
about as bad as me yesterday, Paul.
That's rough.
When I went to fly the Inspire, got it all out, got it all set up, got the camera on, took it over to the pad. I was getting ready to launch it, and I looked, there's something wrong. Oh shit! I better put props on this thing first.
Yeah.
Hey, go farther.
No kidding, right?
Well, if you started it up to take it off, you'd have really figured it out then,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The motors have been whirring.
No, well, I caught it before, but I just sat it down there and went, I'm forgetting something here.
Yeah. So how did the
yeah.
Inspire fly? You flew the Inspire when you did the
Yeah, when I did the Amazon one.
Amazon. Okay.
It's a fun one to fly, though. Just the only thing I don't like, it yaws too fast.
Mhm.
It's
You
really
change that in the
sensitive.
settings.
Oh, I played with the settings, so I turn blue.
Well, on the Inspire, it has that the lines go like this, and one
Yep.
line is for something, and you take and you put and you move the line this way or that way to speed it up or
Or slow it down. Yeah. Yep. I've done that. But if you're flying straight and just kind of bank it a little bit or something, it's okay. But
Yeah.
you're trying to pan. I just think once you start to pan, it goes too fast, and then you try and slow down, then you stop and you jerk it. That's all.
The easiest way to do it is to pan the drone, not the camera,
Yeah.
because the camera is panable. The
Yep, yep.
camera, you just
Yep.
do the wheel and it spins around or whatever. You can spin it behind you. I used to fly it 99.9% of the time. I didn't take a look at the panning of the camera. All I did was do the tilt of the camera.
Yep. Yep.
And the reason being is, it's designed really for commercial use originally, and to have a camera operator and a pilot.
Yeah.
And I always fly by myself.
Yeah.
I can't get Lynn to take the controls. Justin says, you put props on a drone? That explains the issue that I've been having. Yeah, and Lynn drives her hot rod golf cart around town. She has a ball with that. Yeah, Team Dancer. The problem is that the toy drones that people gift you and give you, one of two things: either it'll light a fire and you'll move up and get a real drone, or you'll be so frustrated that you put it down, put it away, and never fly again.
Right.
That's what happened to me. My dad had one that was not great, and we both were like, "Oh, this sucks."
Yep. And so every time I fly, especially in the summertime down there, and Lynn laughs. She calls it, how many people did you have the seminar? After I get done, they all gather around and they all have questions, and I let them lift the drone and see the battery, see how it works or whatever.
Mhm.
And I tell them, don't buy junk. I tell them, your grandparents used to tell you, get what you pay for, and it's the same way in the drone thing.
Oh, yeah.
You want to get something that's stable, something that'll hover on its own, something that you can hit a button and return to home. And I said, you're going to spend anywhere $600, $700, $800, depending upon what you're doing. And I always tell them, get the Fly More bundle if you're going DJI, because it gives you extra batteries. And because I've seen so many people down there with Walmart brand off the wall, $29.99 drones, and they can't figure out why they won't do what I'm doing.
It's the same with all RCs too. I mean, anything.
Yep.
The trucks or drones or all that, planes. You get what you pay for.
Yeah, and Lynn's right. I do let them. I said, if you want to see what I'm flying, I let them stand behind me and look over my shoulder. They see the screen and everything, and they go, "Ooh, wow! How far are you out? How far can you go?" Says, well, there's two limitations. One is the signal strength. The other limitation is battery life.
And my dad was scared to fly mine after that drone he had.
Hmm.
And I was like, it basically flies itself. You got the sticks to
Yeah.
control it. So
So what do you think when you finally got him to fly it?
oh, he did pretty good. Yeah, he liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a different world when you have the right equipment.
Hey, Paul, I just read an article about the yaw on the Inspire.
Yeah,
If you set a 30% yaw endpoint,
yep.
I've never done that.
Oh, that's what I was talking about, that line.
Okay, because this year I did this without the yaw point end.
Yep,
So you can even slow it down even more with the 30% because it will never go beyond 30% turning.
exactly. Yep,
Okay, I've never done that.
those lines.
Okay.
Yep. And
Oh.
that helps you control it because you're piloting the drone.
Yeah.
You're doing all the things that you need to do, and you don't need to have issues with your pan of your camera.
Yeah, okay, because mine goes too quick. So I'm gonna try this. Okay, I've never done that one. I've done it where, instead of having the line straight, right?
Yep.
I've done this curve thing, but not the 30% yaw endpoint. Okay. Okay, cool. Huh.
What that does is it stops it, Paul, from going 360,
Yeah.
This gives you 30, and you can send it out. Let's say you want to be able to pan it to 45. You can do that too.
Yeah. Huh.
Well,
So what
Dave,
it does is stretches the
you still
curve.
with us, Dave?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you were still with us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Was having a little supper.
Okay. What are we having, Dave?
Taco Hell.
Taco Bell. All right. Did your gal show up and clean the place good for you?
No, that'll be tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay.
Having tacos tonight too.
There you go. Well, we're down to 8 people watching. I think we're going to call it.
Yeah, I got some things I want to do, 7 o'clock. So
Yeah, I gotta
7
get dinner
o'clock. JD, thanks for coming in. Dave, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Marcel,
Yeah.
thanks for being here. And everybody in the chat, it's good to see everybody, and we'll see all of you again soon.
take care.